You ever start an anime and wonder, how is this going to end? You get introduced to all the characters and automatically assume who's going to prevail and who might be entering the Rule 34 page on Reddit. And usually with the power of popularity, both of your predictions might be correct. With a lot of anime, there's this predictability to it that sometimes might drive away its audience. Of course, there are anime that still do well regardless of its predictability, like Demon Slayer for instance, where they hold their animators hostage. But for the vast majority, there isn't much to keep their viewers enticed enough to consider spending the rest of their free time watching the show. It's sort of like knowing exactly what's going to happen, but there aren't any redeeming qualities to keep you interested. All there is a generic copy of the same show. The way it usually goes is you have a character that's weak, they either get stronger as the show progresses, or they get this mysterious power that automatically puts them ahead of the rest, and then they spend a majority of the series getting stronger or honing this ability. They usually have a romantic interest who shippers completely ignore and instead ship someone who isn't even legal. They have a friend who shares the same goals as them and grows along with the MC, and you can't forget about the strong mentor that teaches the MC valuable life lessons, and of course they have to have white hair. I mean, look at Cyberpunk, it's basically that. The MC stumbles upon a power, meets a love interest along with a group of friends, and has a mentor who goes completely insane. Then all of the friends, wait, what the fuck? So boom, there I am in my dorm room reevaluating my life. I didn't know what I was doing with YouTube and I was just kind of bored with anime. I finished Evangelion and we all know how that went. I was in the cafeteria and a friend said, yo, you know about that new Cyberpunk anime? And I was like, nah. I watched it and man, it's different. It has this quality that most anime don't have. Something I like to call the Akame Ga Kill effect. And what is the Akame Ga Kill effect? It's basically where the creator of an anime hates their protagonist. But I'll explain more of that later. Cyberpunk Edgerunners introduces this cast full of misfit junkie criminal punks. Cyberpunks.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
They all have these different personalities that just sort of work together. They kind of remind me of Suicide Squad. And basically what happens is they all die. I mean, almost every last one of them. And what sucks is that the protagonists in the Rule 34 just get one-shotted. Like, no diffed. It was so fucked up. Like, they didn't even stand a chance. The anime was only about 10 episodes, which I think was perfect. It was short and sweet. Amazing animation, solid story, amazing characters, and a very grim ending. I was kind of desensitized to the ending because I experienced something very similar a couple years beforehand. It was a remake of a famous series, the anime Devilman Crybaby. Now looking back at it, it followed the same sort of formula. 10 episodes, amazing and unique animation, good characters, a solid story, solid but very odd. As much as I like Devilman Crybaby, it felt like a fever dream. Most of the anime consisted of drugs, death, and a lot of sex. A lot of sex. And I can't even say it was necessary. You can definitely make an argument and say it's supposed to be human nature or whatever, but at 3 a.m., all I saw was a man f***ing a devil. So needless to say, Devilman Crybaby was 10 episodes of goriness and horniness, and everyone died. Like, I mean everyone we grew to sort of like just died. And you would think I have a different opinion on how I feel toward the series because of the fact that everyone that the series was built around kind of just died, but nah, it didn't really faze me. But really because way before Devilman Crybaby, I watched a very wholesome and lighthearted series called Akame Ga Kill. You might be wondering, what is the Akame Ga Kill effect you spoke of earlier? And let me tell you, Akame Ga Kill is an anime from 2010 that is, needless to say, different. The anime starts off with the protagonist, Tatsumi, a teenage swordsman from a poor village who sets off to the capital to make a name for himself along with his 2 childhood friends. While he's in the city, he gets immediately scammed. Like, he is very gullible. He meets a friendly girl who invites him to her manor. He gets to relax in this nice big mansion and everyone is so nice and totally sane. What could possibly go wrong? Welp, the whole family gets murked by assassins. And turns out Tatsumi's friends died way before he even got there. So basically the family tried to kill him and the assassins intervened. When I tell you I felt like I was done so wrong when this scene happened, I thought I was watching this shonen about a boy who was about to become a hero and save the princess or something. And you might be thinking, okay, what else could go wrong for this man? Well, let me tell you, he ends up joining the assassins and meets so many wonderful people. The whole cast is very likable and it has some of the best chemistry I've seen in anime. They're like an actual family. That's until a girl and her dog intervene. 1, 2, 3, 4, rule 34, 5, 6, everyone dies. Well, everyone except for the girl who's named after the anime. I wonder why that is. Having this be the first series that I saw that took this big of a turn felt like a stab to the heart. We get to know and love all these likable characters, and we think that we're about to have this crazy future and ending with them, then boom, they die. Just like that. An unfortunate end to these unfinished premature relationships and unbuilt connections. When I finished the anime, I sat back in my chair and just thought of the different things that could have been. Like, what if mine didn't die? What would that mean for her and Tatsumi's relationship? What if Bulat didn't die and continue to serve his role as a mentor for Tatsumi? What if this cynical, sadistic head did die earlier on in the series? Nah, not gonna lie, I just hate her for killing some of my favorite characters. But needless to say, this is what I see as a blueprint for building up a series just to knock it down. I still love it though. Not to say an anime has to be extremely unique and have some sort of meaningful ending, because we got anime like GTO, Golden Boy, and even Prison School, where none of the endings are significant or even exist, but they still lay on top of the list for me. I believe the endings make the show even more significant. You can have an amazing story, amazing characters, amazing art even, but if the layout is vanilla and predictable, then it's not going to be as memorable. You see, with Akame Ga Kill, it sort of showed that nothing is permanent. There will always be a reality of things not going as expected. Especially as a special ops assassin group, it would be a miracle if everything turned out peaches and cream and nobody died. It engaged me in a way that a lot of other anime didn't at the time. Same with Attack on Titan. I think a lot of us grew to love Attack on Titan for that reason. We saw that the creator didn't give a fuck about killing off characters, other than Reiner obviously. Reiner couldn't even die when he wanted to. Yeah, it's nice having a long-running anime that allows you to build a bond with characters and really dive into the world. Like One Piece for instance, it's amazing and I love everything about it. But there's something different about these short anime that really stand out. They're not trying to get you to fall in love with the characters or the world. They just want to tell a good story. That's why the endings really stand out. But with that, there are some anime that try to emulate it, but really fail at it. As much as I love Death Note, and I mean I love Death Note, they really fucked up the ending. They seem to have built this perfect dynamic between L and Light and established this role that really seemed impossible to replace. And lo and behold, it was impossible to replace. Every time I saw L and Light get into that crazy ass brain battle where Light's hair turns red for some reason, I knew shit was about to go down. But then they killed L, which was fine, but where I believe they messed up is trying to replace him with Mello and Nier to recreate that same dynamic. It sort of seemed rushed. I feel like this series should have ended with either Light or L being the victor, since that's what they've been alluding to the entire series. And I'm not saying that I hated when Mello and Nier came into the story, it's just the fact that they didn't really have as much as a significance aside from the fact that they were replacing L. You see, with the other series I mentioned that do the Akame Ga Kill method, they make sure to end the series when the characters are dead. Once it's done, it's done. It's like finishing a book or a manga that leaves you on a cliffhanger and says that it's on a hiatus and it's been 9 years. Come back. The kids miss you. Like, come on. You're gonna leave me for another basketball series? You already made one of those. Having a series end so abruptly leaves this feeling that I recently come to terms with. Things are going to continue with or without you. Once you're gone, the world is going to keep on spinning. The grass is going to still grow. Just like that, the video's done. And let me just say this, I really appreciate all the support I've been getting. I hit 1K subs without uploading in the span of 10 months. While that's amazing, it's also ridiculous on my end. I love YouTube, it's a passion of mine, and I make videos because I genuinely like making content. And I'm at the phase where I feel like I gotta keep on doing exactly what I came to do. Make content because I love doing it. But anyways, thanks for the support. Thanks for this big milestone I never thought I'd hit. See you.